Hey guys, how's it going? Thomas here, back for another video here on Factorio. This is our number 24 video. And as you guys can see, we will zoom out here. Here is our base. Things have changed a lot. Now this area here, I told you guys we were going to clear it out. This is where all the aliens were. And I went ahead and put down concrete and covered this whole area. And the robots are still putting it down here. It's probably taken over an hour more just to get this all done. And I've been placing a ton of stuff here. Now, as part of the problem was we started running out of iron ore up here, and ultimately it forced me to think. I do believe I expanded down here. I can't remember if I covered that in the last video or not, but everything is coming along, and I actually expanded and put this one little double train right here that went to this stone deposit, which we actually mined out, which was bringing the stone down here, which was a one line that came into here, and we mined out all the stone. Ultimately, we ran out of stone. We didn't have the stone blocks to keep producing, so we had to actually expand outward. So I built this train line here, and this actually, we expanded our main line right here that ran all the way down through here, and we actually ran out of stone, so I was actually fighting my way through here without any wall, which was interesting. But we came up here and we actually got access to this nice big huge deposit of stone. I do believe this stone deposit is 80 million. I think it was 81 million when I got up here, so it's actually been a good bit going. But as you guys can see, we have a nice big stone deposit up here, and plenty of stone for expansion, things like that. We also got some trains, and we also set up some chests here. So I set this all up on my train cars. That way I know what's going into each trains, so I can actually resupply the outpost. Not really sure how this is going to work, because I've never really set it up like this before. But I figured, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, because I need some way to actually resupply. And I do need to come back, because I did put construction robots in there, but I decided to remove those just because, you know, if I do have to come up with construction robots, then I probably need to come out to the base and just double check it anyway, or to make changes. So it's not too bad yet, but I am going to have to start actually running like repair chests, things like that. And I think what I'm going to do is we're running 4 train cars. So in our mega base here, we're going to set up a major train depot, and that's going to be our start. So what we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd like to take this center square right here, and let's try to block that off. That way we don't actually build inside of here, because I don't really want to build in this middle square if we can avoid that. And what I'm thinking, okay, we are in the middle square, I do believe. So we'll just go ahead, and I'm just going to drop a line of just random stuff in here. That way we don't accidentally come in here, because I don't want to put my train lines inside of this center area here. So we're just going to throw down some random stuff here for now. I'm just going to drop some splitters in here. That should be more than enough. That way we don't get in here, because everything in this area, it's just so massive, it just all looks the same. So that's our center line there. This is our center box that I don't want to be building in. So if you remember our early depot earlier in the game, we built this really tiny complex, you know, compact rail depot, and we're running 4 cars. So as far as what I want to do in this new depot is I don't want to run 4 cars. I want to run 8 cars long. So we're going to do 2 engines and then 5 cargo wagons. And the reason I'm doing this is we're going to be expanding really far out, and I'm going to have 5 wagons, which is going to haul cargo, and then we're going to have 1 wagon that's going to haul supplies, which is going to be laser turrets, you name it, it's all going to be in there. And that's how I'm going to actually be setting this all up. So that's what I want. So we can take 12 different items out to an outpost by using both sides of the cart. Or I could actually use multiple cars in that lineup, which would probably be a little bit better use of this cargo space. But I don't really care as long as we get 6 rail cars there. And I'm thinking the first cargo wagon will be supplies, followed by 2 engines. So what I want to do is we're going to come up here, and we got to start trying to lay this out. Now, I'm concerned about congestion if we overdo this or we mess this up, and that's my biggest fear right now is congestion. If I come too close to any intersection, we'll congest it. I want to be able to actually have trains exit at one point on the line, and then they can actually come in at another point on the line. That way all the trains aren't like back and forth and congested in that spot. So I need to be very careful about where my intersection is. And I think right here on this junction up here, this might be the best place to tap in that first intersection and just go ahead and build a big depot. We need a big copper depot, but I'm not sure if I want to build a mega depot or if we want to build like individual depots, like 1 copper, 1, you know, iron, 1 stone, 1 everything in between. And that's what I've been trying to decide for probably about the last hour or so, just trying to figure out how are we going to build this. But you know, I think what we'll do is we're just going to go ahead and just start dropping our line right down in here and just start trying to build a depot, because there's no point in just keep on talking and thinking about it. So we'll start off by creating a big loop right here. I just want to see where my line is, and apparently this is all going to be in the way here. So as far as how can we do this, so let's run down through here and let's try to clear a lot of this wall out. That'll help also. Another thing we also did build is I did start up some railroad crossings here, and I can show you guys how to actually do this, but it's really simple. It's just a few circuits and some stuff like that, but when you run across the gates, it just turns the lights red, and I did put those in also. So because we're getting to that point now where if we don't do something, we're going to end up getting ran over by trains a lot, and that's never good. Never good to get hit by a train. So we'll start off right here. Let's start here by just coming straight down. Okay, that'll be the first thing, and then next thing you know is we want to, you know, as far as how we're going to do this, we just want to create a nice loop. So there's our base right there. That's our baseline. So that's going to be the first loop in the system. And we'll just go ahead and we're going to build off that, because the idea is I want to know where does this right here make a loop at, and it loops right here, so we can just pretty much build a straight line all the way across down through here. And that's what I think we're going to do as far as how do I want to get started with this. So this will be our main depot input, and as far as how I want to actually set this up is we need to have two lines. And we're going to go big. And when I say big, we are going big. So I'm going to come right here. I think, is that where I want to be? Let's go ahead and redo all this real quick, shall we? We'll just make sure we're nice and clean here. Let's just get this right to start with. I don't really like coming too close to this intersection, but we're going to go close to it and be done with it, because I don't really care at this point. That goes over to a copper depot here, so we'll have copper coming straight from there over, so that'll be fine. Let's see here, how should I do this? That does go straight up. We should probably put a junction here, so let's clear all this out to start with. This will be our first junction point, and we'll go ahead and we got to get into our blueprint book here. I've been making blueprints and working on blueprints, but no matter how often I do the blueprints, nothing really seems to actually come out right. It's always just a big, you know, cluster mess. So I don't know if you guys ever had that problem or not. So that is right there where I want it, but we got stuff over here in the way. So figures, you know, that's just normal. Okay, let's just try to build something full of junk, and I got to be careful that I don't kill my power over there. All right, let's go ahead and try to get that rebuilt, shall we? Where was that blueprint? So this will be our first blueprint. And yep, that stops up at the top, so that'll be good right there. And there we go. What the hell? I just placed that. Did I not do it because it was red or something? Or what was causing it to be red? That's what it is. Rock. Got rocks in my way, guys. I'm worried that base. Yeah, they're attacking that base. I gotta get this up fast. Okay, let's see. Let's get the walls. Come on, guys, get the walls. Is that lined up? Looks good. Yep, let's get this going. Please put down my light poles first, my power poles. I would like to get some juice flowing. Come on, guys. Juice. Where's my juice? There, let's get something going. Alright, so there's the juice. Alright, so this is all hooked up now. And what I want to do is we got to get this rail depot going, and honestly I hate setting up these big rail depots because they take absolutely forever. You know, mega depots is always just a pain, but trying to figure out like what's the best way to do this, what's the best way to do that, it just, yeah. This here is just a junction point, but it's still, you know, trying to get this all set up here even with all these robots. It does take some time, and just trying to figure out where all my robots have gone to, even though they're not in my inventory. It's never a good thing, so we just got to get all this hooked up. Next thing, guys, one thing you always keep in mind is when you do work on trains, make sure you always cut the track. I really do mean that, because if you do not cut the track, you will get ran over. One main thing is to start with is to try to get that track set up first, and we just messed up again already. Geez. So that's going to all come out here. Let's redo this again. That section shouldn't have come out there. So, all right, let's try to get this fixed here so that way this is all done right. So, okay, that'll be the first section. Now we'll come right here. This is what our goal is, and we want to make sure that we can get right up here. Got to be careful not to stand on the track. I think I'm standing on it. Yep, I am. All right, so now that we're right here, what we want to do is right down that section we want to curve. Okay. I know a lot of guys, they don't really do this stuff right, and then it's like, oh man, I have so many problems placing light rails down. Why do I have all these issues? So we are there. There's the middle block. So now what we'll do is we're going to loop right back up, and we'll get this all settled here real quick. You know, you figure, okay, we'll come right there to that middle line like I talked about. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's not a big issue, but you get there, you know, you get up here and it's like, oh crap. So let's see, how do we get this all tied together here? Should be, we gotta come up one more. All right, there's that. That'll tie that in, and then this should be able to go like about straight. Say I might need to come back just a few here. There we are. All right, now, for safety's sake, once we get I'm actually not too worried about that. So this is going to be our one line here, and let's get our signals all dropped in here. That way everything does. That way we got this all hooked up. So hooking this up, we already have a signal there. We need a signal. Should have a signal. Yeah, there is a signal right there. So because you run in there, so it turns it red. So that signal's already there. I'm not really too concerned, but I'll drop one there just to be on the safe side. And as far as how we're going to drop this all in, we just drop that there. That can go there. We want to make sure that there's no issues on that side if the train is just turning and it's not looping across. So we want to always put one there in the middle. And then that should pretty much about cover us as far as right there goes. So is that everything? Are we good? Yeah, I think we're good, aren't we? All right, so that should cover that. And the problem is, guys, if you are not careful and you put these loops and stuff like this too close to your intersection, you'll have a backup. And I'm afraid that's what I'm doing right now, as we are getting that stuff maybe a little too close. But because these are going to be big trains, you know, the bigger the train, the more likely you have traffic jams, and I'm very, very concerned that we are going to have traffic jams here. So that's definitely one of the things that is on my concerns as far as being concerned goes. You just got to be mindful of that. We got to get all these rail lines and stuff all set up right here, and we just drop those in there like so, and then boom. All right, so that's all set up there. So trains can keep guns straight through. This train won't interfere with that, and then, yep, so like so. All right, so that's that. So we have our basic train depot set up. Now, in addition to this basic train depot here, I want to make sure all my trains can get in and out without any issues. We should be able to clear all of this out here. So we'll get all this out of here cleared real fast. And we'll make this as our first primary mega depot. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but we'll get her. Don't worry, guys. So now comes the easy part. So once you get the first line set up, you've got to just come right here to the edge, right? So, and you just put your first curve in. That's all you do. And we'll just come straight on down. So now what we're going to do is we want to figure out, well, how big are our trains going to be? So this is going to be the first line. And I know we're going to be building big trains. That looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have to actually adjust our train. So we'll just drop 8 cars. Hopefully I did bring materials with me. Is that right? Yeah, we're right. So we're going to be building a couple big trains here. As far as fuel goes, we'll drop a little fuel in there. And now we're going to attach all of our cars. Now this is going to be just our key point right here on how long our trains actually are. This is our marker. And I really didn't need that train stop. So I want to make sure that all my trains can easily fit into this section here without any type of issues. And this is going to be basically where my idle trains all set. So when the trains come in, they're all going to idle. And then they're going to come over here, and then they're going to offload. And we're going to have about 4 lines, because this is going to become a mega base right here. And we want to make sure we're doing everything. Now, as far as this train goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 back cars are going to be cargo. This is where I'm putting all my ores or whatever I'm hauling in here. This car is going to be supplies, and then these 2 engines are going to power the locomotive. So that's pretty much why we're doing it this way. Now, I could probably use 1 locomotive, but it's going to be really slow, especially this big of many cars. And what I should do is I should probably back the train up just a little bit, just to be on the safe side here. So let's just back this up. I want to try to conserve space. You don't want to waste space. So we'll put the train right there. That's good. That'll be nice. So we'll delete the track up to this point. And what we'll do is we want to pretty much, well, we'll add 1 loop, and then there we go. So there'll be our loop right there. And now what we can do, as far as signals go, where is that There we go. Let's put that down here on our bar. So we'll put a chain signal, I do believe, and then on the very rear back here, we will put just a regular signal right here. And that way this whole train will set on its own line, and there shouldn't be no issues whatsoever. And I do believe this should also be a train signal, because I don't want any trains backing up in here. But there shouldn't be no trains back up in here, so we'll just leave it like that. That way it doesn't mess our lines up here. So that there is one train that's going to line up here. All this space over here, I'm not sure what we'll put here. This might be some type of factory storage area or something like that, or a new power. I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Actually, this could be a good area for crude oil. Put crude in here, but we'll see. We'll wait. But anyways, let's go ahead. Now that we do have one train set in here, we know what we're going to be doing. I want to go ahead and we're going to repeat this until we actually have everything that we want. So let's go ahead and go to our blueprints, and we'll just copy this here. And this is just kind of the first building block. Whoops. I hate how it does that. All right, let's redo this here. Actually, we're going to go to map view here. That way this is just a little bit easier for us. Okay, we'll do map like that. Boom, and now there you have it. Now we got to create a blueprint. So now what we want to do is we don't really want to do this a whole lot. We'd want to put these together as close as possible. And, you know, really the closer together you do these guys, the better off. Before, if you guys remember, we built that entire other rail depot fully by hand. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20. All right, so there should be about 20 of these guys. Let's just double check. So we got 1, 2, 3. All right, so we got 20 lines here, and this takes up probably about half of the depot, and that's what you want. You just want a nice large depot like this. I know a lot of guys don't do these, but you need a place to put a lot of train cars really fast. And all my trains, they'll just kind of come right in off of this junction. They'll set in here and park and pile up, and we shouldn't have any type of major issues or anything like that. So let's just get all these trains offloaded here right now. Yeah, this looks great. This is going good. So we got exactly what we want here. Now this over here is going to be our processing area, and I don't really want to build a mega processing area. And I'm actually kind of just wondering right now, instead of trying to loop everything out of here, if instead of doing that, if I should just actually make a circle here where everything kind of comes back down here to the bottom, instead of having a big depot right in the middle. But I'm thinking if I do the depot right, and we loop out, take out this circle here, all the trains could just exit straight through this junction point right here, and then that would work off of both sides. All the train exits are right in the dead center, which might be not a bad idea actually. But we'll see. I'm afraid we're going to get a big congestion, and we're going to have too much congestion there. And I mean, I could run it all the way down the middle as well, but we'll see. So the train depot here, we've got the basics. This is the skeleton for it. Now, what we'll do here on the end is we're going to come down here and we'll cut all this out. So now, what I want to do is we're going to take this and we're going to make our first loop. So this will be our first loop. And as you guys remember, we come up here. Remember how we did that line there? Well, if we did this right, I think this is gonna turn into a mega depot instead of a single depot like what I originally planned on. So this is all going to come out here. All this work we put right here, this is gone. This is officially gone, because we're going to end up, I think what we're going to do is this whole top of the base is going to be our input, and then the whole lower section of the base is going to be our output, because this is going to become this is the mega depot. I can already see that right now just because of the sheer size of how big we're building this thing. So this ain't going to fly. This stuff here, this is all got to go. And as far as getting the trains out of here, well, that's a different story. So now, as far as this goes here, as far as this line here goes, I do believe putting a, let's put that right there. I want the trains to be able to loop through here if they need to. Like if a train has to circle or something like that, I would like for them to get through. But make sure we do put a signal right here. That way we can actually separate the lines. And and possibly just to be on the safe side, we'll add a chain link right there. Chain rail, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, and this stuff all here, this is going to go. Let's get this out of here. We added all this a moment ago, and this was, ultimately, this was kind of a mistake. This shouldn't have been put here. I could actually redo that and move it right here and make it right here so it's at the end of this loop so it can just loop back. That might be better than putting what we got right here going, but I don't really care about that now. Let's go ahead and try to keep pushing through here to get this mega depot set up. And, yeah, it does take a little bit of time, but we got to get all this crap out of here. These are all just inserters and, you know, stuff like that, So now, as far as our train station does go, I'm hoping we did not screw up as far as our train station goes. I have a bad feeling we did, because this back car, remember how we curved this? This was a mistake. I should not have done that. Okay, let's, what can I do here? Because I know that was a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. All right, we'll place that signal can go right there. As far as this train stop goes, that'll be Daniel's. We'll add stop. I want to put Daniel. Where is that at exactly? All right. Okay, let's go to station. There we go. That's going to line it up. My concern is this back car here, because we did this for efficiency, but at the same time, when you get down here, this is going to mess up your offloading, because see here when I do this, this is what's going to happen here. See, that's going to be like that, and that's not going to work. That's going to cause us a big problem. So I know what we're going to have to do. I don't want to do it either, but we'll do it. Crap. So what we'll do is this here. We're going to create a new blueprint. Let's back this. This has got to be backed up first, so we'll back up here. Manual. We'll back her up some. All right, we'll delete this, and now what we will do is we will rebuild. Place this right here. Okay, we'll rebuild this. Now, let's see. Let's go. Are we in our map? No, here we are. Okay, let's get in our map view here so we can do this real fast. And what I want to do is we create a blueprint here. This I don't think this is going to work for up top, but if I did create, we'll create that. All right, so we got a blueprint now that's been created. Now what I'll do is we're just going to come straight across here, and we will just delete that. That way that whole bottom section there, we just get that all wiped out of there, and we're just going to expand it down. That way our train can just come up a little bit further, and hopefully we don't have no problems. To be on the safe side, we'll do it this way. I shouldn't have done that to start with, and let's just watch that rear car till it's nice and straight. Is that straight? I hope so. Let's back up the train just a little bit. I need to make sure we have enough room there for our rail stop on the end. Okay, so rail stop. What's this called? This is called space something. All right, we'll add. Let's see, where are we? Okay, whatever. Go to station. All right, there we go. Now, the rear car, if we are correct on that. I shouldn't have done what I did, but it is what it is. So there we go. Is that on a curve there? I'm afraid it is. That is, I have a feeling that back car is on a curve. But the main thing is, I don't think it's going to hurt us. It might. We'll find out later on when we build. We should be able to offload that without an issue. So, Factorio, in a case like what we're doing here, this is a game of space. So we're trying to confine and pack as much stuff in here in as little space as possible without really wasting a whole lot of space. So now what we'll do is, this is our initial design here. We'll go ahead and we will come over here, and we will actually, I'll just drop that down one extra, because we remember how we was concerned about that very end back there. We'll just drop it down just a couple more, and then we should not have no issues. As far as this goes, we'll ghost mode here. Don't really know why it does that. Just kind of stupid stuff. But we'll get it all right in here real fast. So no worries, guys. So troubleshooting as you do this stuff is important. Also testing out like what you're doing, how you're going to lay all this stuff out. That's also very important as well. You know, if you lay all this out and then it's like it's not right to start with, you're gonna have some serious problems, guys. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking with you. I'm not kidding. You will have mega base issues. So get it all right at once. Make sure it's all right. That way you don't have to worry about it, and you shouldn't have no problems. So there you guys have it. There is our rail yard. And I'm actually very happy with how that turned out. I think this is a big one. I've built, I don't know if I've built bigger ones than this before or not. So I'm kind of wondering if there's a way where we can actually build this over and actually, instead of having just a single rail yard, we could actually have a double rail yard. Let me see if we can try that. I don't know if that would work or not. I don't know how that would work. Let's give that a shot, shall we? So in addition to that, ooh, that might be kind of neat. I don't know how that would work with as far as our signals go, because signals, I don't think our signals would function on that type of compact scale as far as getting trains and stuff on this opposite side, because that would require a lot of signaling. But it would actually make our trains a lot more effective if we did do that. Let's give this, let's experiment here, guys. Just due to the fact that worst case scenario, I can always restart the video. Alright, so we'll do it this way here just to see how this works. I don't think this is going to work too well because it ain't going to really do what we need it to do. And really what this is going to do is it's just going to create a lot of signal problems, I think. And it definitely is going to cause a lot of signal problems because when the train comes out here, it has to rely on these circuits being, this section of track being open. But if I actually put signals here, like chain links, the train could get onto this opposite side. But what's going to happen is when it does get onto this opposite side, it will jam up over here. So this is not going to work. We do not want to do this. I like the idea of doing that, but ultimately that's just not going to work. Now it comes down to the painstaking job of actually trying to clear out all this crap that we just dropped in here. That's how it goes. Build something, oh, that we don't like that. Let's get rid of it, and there you go. All right, let's repair what we just built, shall we? And get back to actual doing something that like is actually effective. Why is it not fixing? See, there you go. You got a perfect design, and there you have it. Something screwed up. Okay, so. All right, so let's leave that alone. All right, so now that we have the basics taken care of, let's take our train, and how can we do this, shall we? That train is sitting there idle. Actually, we will do this. So next stop will be our train. Let's bring our train up here. Our train can go there, and we also are going to have some type of train signals. We do have room up here for train signals. That is great. These train signals shall be... I do think they are rail. I do believe these need to be rail, or do they need to just be stops? I cannot remember. I think these are actually chain signals, I do believe. Am I correct on that? Let's actually look at our other base train station real fast. I'm trying to think. I do think those are chains. Well, over here I have just regular signals. And then those go all the way out and stuff. But over here we have chain signals, which is for our input on our lines. So, oh, and the back part back here is chain too. So, not too sure about that, how that would actually work. I'm thinking, so here's chain, entry points are chain, and then the exits should just be regular. That's how I have it set up over there. We'll just do it that way then. So, if worst case scenario, we can always go back and change them. Change lots and lots of them. The chain over here, I do understand why we need that here. So these chains here will go like so, and in addition to this should be going straight. All right, so that'll go straight. This will get all cut in, and then that will be dropped. Now, as far as our spacing goes, we want to make sure that we have plenty of spacing here. I want to space these about 3 wide, so we will use. But basically we'll use some factories here. I'm not sure how that's going to work as far as track placement goes. Let's double check that, because yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be wrong. So we'll do, actually, instead of, we want to do 2 wide. And the reason for this is between offloading supplies, putting crap on there, fixing your belt configuration, because the reason I like to do 3 wide is I'll actually show you guys this. We'll just demo it real quick. So we'll have inserter, then you're going to have a whole row basically. So you have 6 inserters, right? So typically you have 6 off, right? Then you're going to have an additional 6, correct? And And actually, honestly, since this is such a massive rail depot, it might be easier if we actually just go ahead and build one whole depot versus, and I think we might do that. So we'll do this here this way. Actually, I think we will do that just due to the fact that I don't really want to have to go through and really do every single one of these manually. So that's going to definitely be some serious freaking work to set that up. This is actually going to be cargo here, so we're actually already screwed up. This train stop is Aaron Rose, so we'll come over here to our train. We'll add a station. We'll say Aaron Rose, time pass, whatever. I don't care. That train, the train will bring the train on around. How powerful is that train? Well, we only have one thing powered up right now, so I don't know how that's going to work, but let's see. I don't think the train has any power here. Let's double check this just to be on safe. I'm afraid my train ain't going to have the power it needs. So let's see here. Let's add a another station here. I want to, okay, let's come here. What am I doing wrong here? Jeez. I was sitting there thinking like I'm doing something wrong. I know I am. All right, let's go manual. Let's jump in. Let's pull this thing up. Oh yeah, look at how much power that thing has. Go to station real quick. I want to get off the track. Now that train powers nicely. That's real nice there. So I'm not complaining about that. So we got 6 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually 5 cars that we have to offload. So we need, in addition to what we got going on here, we need to be additionally 5 wide. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 wide. And then that is typically what I said, like if I like to be 3 across the minimum, that should give me about 3. Probably a little off. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's 4. A little bit wider than what I'm used to. Normally I go 3, but that's because I'm probably dealing with less cars and stuff. And then if you put this stuff back just a bit, you can get more out of it. But I think actually, I'm thinking it's because where I'm squeezing here. But that would, so we'll actually go 4 across this time. So how's it going to affect our track spacing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, there we go. So that'll work great for us. So let's go ahead and delete all this out of here. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to create a blueprint here. I want to just do this here. So this is all set up properly here. No, that's not going to work for us. That will work for us. Okay, let's get this here. So we want to do this. This should add power poles. Yeah, okay. So all that there, that is our offload for our train. Now, if I wanted to double this up, I could double this up so we can go and drop it in like that. We're not going to double it up. I don't see a point. But as far as this first one goes, I should probably actually do it this way instead of the way we just did it. That way all that stuff comes down, and I think I will do that. And that way all of our trains will offload on the inside here versus the other side. That way we're using, see all this space here in the middle, we can use that space by running our belts straight down. And that'll work better for us. And then the next line can just kind of come over here like so. Now, is that going to hurt us here as far as layout goes? Yeah, that will hurt us on our layout. But we can get by with that. That won't be too big of an issue. Let's go ahead and wipe all this out here real quick. And I do believe we have everything that we do need here for now as far as our plan goes. We'll grab ourselves a power pole. We'll place 1 power pole on each side here. And now, need to actually some chest here and stuff. My eyes are actually starting to burn a little bit. Probably should blink my eyes a little bit more often, considering I'm just sitting here kind of staring at this screen. All right, so now what we want to do, as far as getting stuff onto the trains, as far as our supply car goes, we need to actually set up our supply car. Now, the supply car is like this here. We already worked on one here. This is going to be a basic supply setup here, and I just want to make sure that should all fit. This should all fit right in here, no problems. So it's 4. We're doing 6. So will that work? Yeah, that'll work perfectly. And I just want to, we'll add that right there to be on the safe side. So what these chests are is every one of these chests will insert stuff into the train. And, you know, none of this has power here, so it'd probably be a good idea to actually delete that crap just so it ain't sticking everything into the train. It's also a good idea to, considering these trains do need fuel, it might be a good idea to actually add a few requester chests right here by the locomotives just to be on the safe side, and we'll do that to both locomotives. So let's see, we'll do 3 up, so we'll do like 1, 2, 3, and then there we have it. And then the front one, we won't have anything at the front, so that's how we'll do that. Now we'll just get ourselves some regular and tie all this stuff together here, and we shouldn't have too much problems. Let's see how this does. Is this going to work? Should it work? I think it will. And there we have it. So that's set up now. Next thing we need to do is ultimately I need to get power from there to up here, but we can do that at a later time. That won't be too big of a deal. I should be able to do that. As far as will these be able to actually reach across, that's going to be the real question. Look, see if you see right there, it's not really reaching across like I was hoping it to do. And the other thing I want to do here is we need to finish this section of section down for here. So this will work like so. Everything will come down here, and this will go up to the next one. And then we'll go like that, and we'll just keep on going. That way everything here gets all nice tied together, nice and neat. Now, I can't remember which side the stuff goes on. It runs on the left side of the belt. I'm trying to think of as far as which way I want these belts to go. Because see, one side of the belt I want it to tie into the opposite side. And this right here, based on how this is all laid out here, this stuff will be tight against this line here. That's how this is all going to be laid out as far as this layout here goes. As far as this goes down here, let's just delete this section of track just for the sake of what we're doing here video wise. This goes straight here, so that's not an issue. So we'll just delete that little bit of section there. That way we're not messing. We'll make our template here. So this is going to be our first template. That's got to go. I can't have that signal there. We can put that signal right here. However, I'll just stick that over there. That way I don't forget it later on. But there's our basic template here. Now, as far as expanding finishing this up, guys, I want to bring this down like so. We'll have this is going to be 5. Typically, I run 4. I don't know how it's going to really affect me as far as 5 lines go, but I need to get some kind of you know, basically balancer in here, and I'm not too sure how we're going to do that. I'm just thinking maybe something like that. Probably one of the worst balancer designs. I'm not too sure how to do a 5-lane balancer off the top of my head, but I'll get to that later on. I'm thinking what I should do is I should do something like this here, but do it on both sides, but then have like the very center one maybe like skip over or something. But I don't know. We'll do like that. That'll be fine for me. I'll work with that because I need to at least get these belts somewhat balanced, you know. And as far as this goes, I'm not too sure up here. I wish I had some ores or something on me. I don't keep ores, but maybe we can just dump a stack of something in here just to see how that goes. Because I want to test this to make sure all of our testing capabilities is good. We'll drop that in. There we go. This is all now powered. So these are, yeah, let's just unload all this. Come on. Unload, I don't want that there. All right, so what we'll do is we'll just drop in a stack of rails. Which side does that go off? Oh yeah, that works like a charm. Check that out. So all those rails will go on to one side, and that's not going to, let's try to get all that out of there. Okay, get all the junk out of there. So everything should balance out and drop in. That should. What's weird is none of that stuff, it all just shifted it to the one side. It didn't really balance it too much, so this is definitely not a good design as far as these splitters up here go, but this will work as far as I'm concerned for right now. Let's get these dropped down here like so. Let's make these belts just a little bit better. There we have it. So now we got our belt layout right there. And actually, I do not like that out. Let's redo this. Let's bring this all down right here one more. And the reason I don't like that is I don't like not having a space for rail signals on the side of that track. We're going to redo that right now. There we go. That's better. See how I got room right here now? If I need to, let's say, like drop a rail, I can drop a signal right there like that. No problems. So that's what I want. All right, so there we go. We have a template. This is just a basic rail yard template. This is 5 cars. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to have 5 cars on here. We got the 6th one up here, which this will all be like a stock car. And as far as how you set these up is each one of these here are going to take stuff from the chest, put it into the train. As far as the train goes, what we have here is we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6. So you middle your mouse button here like so. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that will come off there. And then that crap, that'll go there like that. And then there you have it. So there's how we actually stock our trains. And it's probably a good idea to do that stuff early on. The requester chests, let's make sure all of our requester chests are good. These should be all at 50, I think. I did set that up right from earlier. So, okay, so those are all set up right there. We got our RoboPort here, which will bring in all of our material. And then, you know, all this stuff will go here. And this here will go to all of our outposts. And the reason I want this is, you know, from outpost, you know, we want repair packs. You know, we want big electrical poles. We want stone wall. We want medium electric. We want laser turrets. And then we want RoboPorts. So if one of our RoboPorts gets destroyed, it's replaced. You know, if a laser turret gets destroyed, it's replaced. Power poles, medium power poles, large power poles. I use a lot of big electric poles and medium poles, so those are the main things. Stone wall, yes, you got to have the stone wall, and then you got to have repair backs. Now miners and all that other stuff, it's debatable. You can really debate that, as well as sending like construction robots and stuff like that. Debatable too. I can easily send construction robots out there if I want to. I'll just stick it on the opposite side. I can actually add those into this car like here, like so, and then click on that. So we just redo it like this here, and that way they're in there as well. So all that stuff, we'll just take it out of there. And when I get to my outpost, I'll just put my other one in there. But I think I will actually carry 50 construction robots. And then what I'll do is I'll just place a RoboPort in my construction outpost like so. And then I'll just put an inserter there, so it'll actually insert all those repair packs, construction robots, everything straight into this. And that way my depots, my outposts and stuff have plenty of construction robots as well. So we'll start doing, we might do that as well. But that just requires more work and effort and stuff like that, which... I think if I set it up, but not put it in there, but if I need to send them out, I can easily do that because I can visually, you know, like zoom out, look up at my depots, and I can kind of hover. As you can see, like right there, I got 25 construction robots, so I can easily recall a train and then put them into the train manually. That would probably honestly be better than doing it automatedly, doing everything automated, just because it can become a hassle over time. But like depots and stuff like this here, I mean, this stuff just sets idle and stuff, and that needs to clear it out. But right now we're working on our actual train station. So we got our first plan here, and I think we got this all laid out here. I want to make sure we got it right. So we got the signals, we got all of our cars for the offload. We got this stuff, we got our refueling. Actually, no, we did not. Yes, we did not do that. So let's check our fuel supply here. We'll do 50. I want to make sure 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. So now we have our fuel, which will be going in there, which is all solid fuel. That's what we want. That's going to be really nice. So that's great now. So now we have our locomotives that are all going to run solid fuel. We got our restocking car here to restock our outpost. And then we got our 5 cars that'll bring back our supplies. And I could probably have got away with just full pulling cars. I should probably honestly be better off if I did do 4 cars, less of a headache. But let's go ahead and make our blueprint. And we're going to get our big mega depots set up here. So here we go. Let's get this thing made. Oh yeah. There we have it. Now let's get this thing placed right where we want it. How close do we want to get? See right there, I can put that right up against there. I'm going to leave I'm thinking I'm going to leave just, I could put it tight like that, but I think I'm going to leave just a little space so if I do need to add something. And there you have it. So now we've got this big depot going in. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I can keep them going. Jeez, I got a lot of room. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Whew. I can actually get 15 out of here. I don't think I'm going to try 15 though. I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's put that pole out of there and let's put one more in here. And let's see, where's that depot at? I done lost it, guys. Jeez. All right, and we'll put one more. Is that going to work? Not what I want. Oh yeah, yeah, there we go. All right, so now we'll come down here to the end. Let's try to clear up this section of the track right there. Make sure this is all looking good. Get all this stuff out of here. All right, so now we got a nice big mega depot. And as far as how do I get my trains out of here, I'm thinking I could easily, actually we'll try to see how this is going to work. I think I could probably just wrap them, tie them right in here, and then just run them out, or I could loop them up, but we'll see. It's going to get right in the way of my got all these robots flying around me. It's like, come on guys, get out of my way. I got stuff to do here. You know, I ain't got time for you. You know, robots love to fly around you and aggravate the hell out of you. You know what I mean? You guys probably have that same problem too. But anyways, guys, this right here is how you actually set up a mega depot. Don't really think there's a whole lot more I can do here. I'll show you guys in this video. We're gonna go ahead and get into our next video. This gate's got to go. Geez, we have to delete this. I don't really want to delete it, but we'll just have to rebuild it all. All right, let's get all this out of here. We'll just move this down a few notches. A lot of construction robots here, but all right, guys. So we'll loop this out. Can I get this? Is this going to work for me? Will that work? Yes, I think it does. Does it? Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. Alright, so let's, sorry, in addition to that there, that's going to go that away, so this should go that away there. Need to put that away. You need something here. Something's not right as far as this goes. Okay, that isolates that side of the track. What isolates my side of the track? That's what I'm interested in right now. I don't think there's really a way to isolate my side of the track right now based on where we're at. So that's not too good of a thing. This track can get around here. This can go straight. I'm afraid that this is going to come over here, stop right here. And that means, yeah, we should remove that. But we can put that there as a safety precaution. Actually, no, that will not go there. I do not want that there. We will put a stop like that because I don't want them trains to accidentally loop around. Ah, crap. No, we got to actually loop this down, remember? I forgot to do that. So let's try to do this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's going to go up. This is going to come down. Okay, that'll work like that. So, in addition to that, what we have to do here is we'll put just a standard train signal. And then as far as here goes, we will put just a train signal right there. And that all should tie in up here. I don't know if that, I think that needs to go out of there as well. So, and as far as this here all being a big mega station, we'll put one right here, and that'll kind of more or less isolate this big line down through here until we get to this point here. So that should work good for us. So I got to be very careful here at this intersection, because what will happen is I'll get a congestion here. So you got to have these big wide open areas, and I don't like doing that because this is really too close to these intersections. You know, the line was there, so I just kind of tried to tie into the existing line, but you know, when you try to tie in like existing lines and stuff like that, it's never a good thing. And these freaking robots are kind of standing here deleting me. All right, so let's see. I also got to be mindful that I do not get run over, because I do have active trains on this line here. So rule 1, whenever you work on rail lines, just for the record, guys, never stand on the freaking track like this. Never stand on the track. Stand off to the side. Because just like that there, if that train would have came this way, I would have died. The only thing that's actually on this line is coal. My coal train is like down here. It's not actually there. It's actually in my depot. But my coal ain't really moving too fast. It just kind of sets more idle here, this coal train, because that's actually my problem with coal. So I'm not too worried about getting run over. But once I get more trains on that line there, I'm going to be concerned. But most everything's on that upper line. So, but anyways, we got this set up here. I do not know if this is going to work, but we do have that signal there. I'm thinking that signal should actually be probably, maybe, yeah, it should be that, and then that. I'm trying to read this to make sure this is all going to be readable, because I need this train to be able to come through and loop back this way. This train needs to be able to come and loop this way, but I'm thinking this train here, it'll stop here and not enter this zone here if there's a train already in this zone. So this train will not back this train over here up. This train should stop here because the signal's there, so it wouldn't even enter the zone either. So it's all about just trying to plan things out, guys, just being safe. Once I get a lot of trains, I know I'm going to have probably problems, especially at these bigger intersections like this. And then there's another depot over, my old depot is right here. And we're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we got 6 lines there. And then this one here is new depot. Look at that, guys, on the map. Doesn't that look nice? Just nice big depot, just big output feed, just nice. Ooh, I love that. I actually love how this turned out. So we'll have a mega depot here. Let me go here and repair that right there. So we'll run back, get all this all fixed up. And also, when you're working on lines, keep zoomed out. Don't zoom in. That needs fixed. Okay, that's fixed. Now, as far as what we're going to be putting on these train lines here, I'm not sure. Some of these train lines might actually be changed. I'm thinking like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those will be iron ore, so we'll have 4 iron ores there. And I think that'll be the best way to really do it, because if I do 4 iron ores, think about it, then that'll create 4 belt lines. Or I can break it up and have 2 iron ore belt lines, and then I'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4 coppers. You know, I could do like 2 coals, 2 stones, a nuclear, maybe an oil if I wanted to. I could actually put a oil area over here on this end. That would be really good for just crude oil storage here, and actually redo all of this. Or I could actually just add another train line right down through there for crude oil, which we might do that, just so I have a place where crude will come into this big base area here, because we do need a new refinery. But then again, I could always just come down here, because I mean, we still have this is a huge base. I could just put like a big oil depot down here, but we have coal down here. So what I'm thinking is, in the very center of this middle line here going straight up, we'll have a main bus that'll have coal on it that comes straight up. And this train right here, since this is in the dead center, this one here, this will probably actually be coal, and it'll feed just straight down. And then this here will be coal also. This coal will actually just feed onto that until we use all that up. So, but yeah, 20 lines here. Everything looks good. You know, this is pretty good size, but this is just kind of the start for like a mega base. And this is just what you guys do. You just got to lay it out like this, get it set up. Construction robots make life so freaking easy. We'll go ahead and, like I said before, we might want to redo something up here. So we're going to do that right now. We'll just reconfigure this here. And I need to be careful here. Let's not get run over by a train. Okay, we'll do that. And there we go. That's got to go there. Raw signal, that needs to go. That signal needs to go. And we'll put this right here. This way, if we do have a problem with a train or whatever, for whatever reason, or if there is a problem somewhere, we can easily just make sure the problem can resolve itself. Train signals, we'll drop 1 right there in the middle. We'll drop 1. Whoops. Why did it do that? Rail signal slots, you want to put something different. Give me an error message there. I'm clicking something the wrong way. So, okay, and then that can just drop in like that. So there's pretty much the basic way we're going to be doing this. That can come out of there. We can delete all this crap out of here because we're not going to use any of that. Always try to zoom your camera out just a little bit before running across the rail. It's just a good tip in general. There we have it. And that signal, we get rid of that. Zoom out. I'm going to run over here. We're going to repair this. So what we need here for the repair. Do I have laser turrets on me? I should have laser turrets. Yes, I do. I got 14. Oh well. And then that'll go. Now, another great thing when you do work on rail lines and stuff like this, just really the most and honest, simplest solution to do anything is just really just break your freaking line and be done with it, you know? Alright, so that a train can come through here and it can loop around if it has to. Shouldn't be no reason the train should ever have to come in there and loop. Trains will come straight down through here and they will exit. What I'm actually afraid of is a train thinking this is a shortcut and gun down through here is a shortcut and then circle down the bottom because the top lane's congested. That could become a problem, but I don't think it will be. Not anytime soon anyway, so got all those trains up there moving. It does make me nervous. But let's go ahead and finish this off. I want to show you guys just a simple way here to do a rail crossing. There's a few different ways to do them. Let's try to find one here. I got them in my inventory somewhere. Where is my blueprint book? You guys see it? And I got like way too many blueprints. That's one blueprint. I keep putting stuff in these blueprint books and then I just lose it because it's just the way stuff is so unorganized. This is, I did a couple different rail crossings, and this is the one I found the best because when I found the other ones that actually work, I made problems. And, you know, I put these blueprints together myself, if any of you guys wondering. But we need to put this down here just a little ways, that way we don't have no problems or interference. We are getting interference right now, so let's just drop this right here. This is about 6 wide, so it takes up 6 rail tracks. So a simple way to do that is just kind of count 6 rail tracks and then delete them. Well, I didn't really do that, so let's refine that. It was in the book here. Nope, but not that book. Is it that book? Is it? No, where is that thing? Geez, guys, this is what happens when you get all these blueprints. I wish they would the developers would fix the game so that, you know, it's organized. Like, you know, you literally, it would actually make more sense and be more organized. So here's a rail crossing, and the way this works is you place this track. You place gates down, okay? And whenever you get near the gates, this don't matter here, but whenever you get near the gates, it turns these signals red. These green signals here, this is just green past it, so it don't matter. But when you run across here, this is red. As you can see, these two are red. This will stop a train if you're standing here. Now, the thing is, if the train's at full speed and you run in front of here, the train's not going to be able to stop. It's going to kill you. So the simple way to do this is you take your train signal here and you hit read signals, set it to signal A greater than 0. You want it to be red, right? Then you do your gates, which is red signal equals to 0, and the output is A. And that's pretty much all you have to do. It's pretty simple. And then you just put it on each one of these gates right here. This design, I do believe, is the design I do not want. I don't know why. This is the one that this is the blueprint that I do not want to use. Let's get rid of that, shall we? This is, which one is it? This is the one that I want to build right here. So let's delete that old one there real fast. Because this one here, what happens is with this one is these gates, the train will ram into these gates and it acts as a safety measure. So, because see these gates, they won't open. But it acts as a safety method. And it's great. It really is a great thing. But ultimately, what happens is the train can actually get stuck on it and it glitches out. I've had a few problems with that actually glitching out. So I just decided to do away with this and we switched over to this more basic design right here. This is the design that I decided I'm going to use on my base. So this one here is you got these gates here. These gates just open. They're not attached or anything. It keeps aliens out. So, and then you got these right here down. So the way this is wired, and I actually put red sensors on both. That way if I do step in here and the train's past this signal, it'll continue to brake because this one here is also red. So it'll do less damage to me. Now in my power armor, I do have like shields and all that kind of good stuff, which is a great thing. So that way I don't get like straight up killed. So the way this works is, let's click the wall here. So open gate, red sensor, red equals 0, output is A. And then the signal is A greater than 0. You know, close signal, all that. And that's pretty much what you do. And then I just run this from here over, connect all the gates together, come across one, connect to here, come across, connect to here, and then that way everything's all hooked up. And it's that simple. It's just a simple railroad cross, and I can easily get across from my base to this area here and not get ran over. Just a lot of trains and stuff, and you know, really it's an easy way to get run over. You know, you just run through like a place like this, not thinking about it, and boom, you're dead. This is going to be a high intense area here, so definitely all this right in here is definitely an area where I do want like some kind of like rail crossing or something so I do not get killed. This right here is going to be dangerous right here because I don't want to put a gate or anything here, but as far as right here goes, this will be great getting between my main base and up here and whatnot. And I actually had a rail crossing right there, which I could have just left that, but I prefer having one closer to the end. Just makes life a little bit easier and stuff. So I'll just try to tie that out there, just that way I do not want to like intend to like run across there. Well, there you go, run right through there. The hole. Okay. But anyways, guys, this is the setup here for Omega train station. Easy to do, guys. Just use your construction robots. You can build this manually by hand. I highly don't recommend it. If you guys look at what we built over here, this was really this was a compact in our earlier video. It was just really compact, put it together real closely because we were building this all by hand, and then we didn't really have, we had this little tiny base area, so it's like, well, you know, we're trying to jam everything in, we're trying to jam it so like everything comes off on one belt, which this is compact, you know, and you know, it's very, very inefficient to actually do it like this. So that's why we're changing it up over here. We're having this bigger depot here, a lot more stuff on here, a lot easier. The main thing is I got to come through on all these names, these stations here. They all got these different names and stuff like that, and we just need to rename them. That's all it is. You know, just rename everything, get it all you know, fixed up and stuff like that, and yeah, that'll be great. So really nice. And we got a 20-yard rail yard right here, which this is great. Nice big rail yard where we can actually store plenty of trains and stuff. They'll just come in here, set in here, wait, and then they'll just come all the way down here when there's opening, go to their line, and wait their turn. So good setup, good design. Only concern is going to be how it works with being this close to these junctions. Since there's really nothing kind of coming in off of this junction or coming from here, coming from the side or anything, I don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem. I could actually ease up a little bit right here on this junction by actually taking this here, which I think I might do. I might take this right here, run it straight back and loop it so trains coming up here don't have to go through this junction, hit here, and then curve down. They can just come straight off of this line here and then just curve straight over and go out. So that might be a little bit more practical, a little bit better of a design. But I got to do something about these alien attacks up here. They're tearing up my walls. I'm going to have to go up there and fix that. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges, big things I've been doing a lot of lately, is just kind of running around repairing walls and fixing everything, trying to get depots and stuff like this set up. This depot is set up for, you know, 4 trains, but we're going to be running an 8-car system from that here on out. So, because I'm going to be, if you guys look here at my map of where we're at, there are no ores close by. If I want, you know, copper, I'm going to be coming way down here. If I want, you know, iron, I'm going to be coming over here. 71 million iron right here. We got 43 million iron. I mean, our lines are, these are long lines, you know, and when I start getting like way over here into the black zone over in this area and down here and way out here, that's going to be a long train ride. You're talking 5-10 minutes to get that train out there. So it's going to be a good long train lines. So when you do those long lines where them trains are going to be running a good bit, definitely consider doing depots like this. And more importantly, whenever you do have your train stops, whatever, make sure you have about 3 lines there, or at least 2 lines to keep your trains off your main lines in addition to your offload area. But we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 long on our trains. So these are going to be big trains, dual locomotives. They're going to be set up like that. And this, guys, simple way to set up your train station is make your blueprint. And just do 1 line, just copy and paste it, do your next line, boom, 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 boom. Make sure you figure out how you're going to lay it all out so it all works good for you. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hope to hear from you guys soon. Peace out, YouTube.